In this detailed method example, we will use a one-dimensional HEC-RAS model. You will need the HEC-RAS software version 6.2 or later, the HEC-RAS model files, a shapefile of the floodplain, and Utah's BFE interpolator spreadsheet. First, open the model in HEC-RAS. Typically, the model is in the Simulations folder. Click on the .prj file on the left and then click OK. Then click the Flat Map button, which is RAS Mapper. The first step in RAS Mapper is to set the projection. Click on Project, then Set Projection. Then you're going to browse to your files and find a file that is from a shapefile. This is the AOI. Include the projection and hit OK. Next, I'm going to turn on the geometry layers, particularly the rivers and the cross sections. Now I'm going to right-click on Map Layers to add reference layers. I'm going to browse to find my area of interest and add that and hit Open. This added the gray square that you see on the screen. I'm going to right-click on Map Layers again and add another reference layer for the floodplain. I'm going to go into Spatial Data and pick my Special Flood Hazard area. This pink area is the floodplain. Right-click on Cross Sections and then Properties. We're going to check the box that says Label Features in Attribute column. Click Edit and select River Station from the drop-down. The river station is usually the distance in feet from the downstream end of the study to those cross sections. So the difference between these two cross sections is the distance along the stream. Record these two river stations in the Utah BFE interpolator spreadsheet. The upstream cross section is typically the higher value and the downstream cross section is typically the lower value. Next, we'll record the water surface elevation results from each of these cross sections. To do this, open up the main RAS menu. Click the button third from the right, which is View Summary Output Tables by Profile. In the table that pops up, scroll down until you find the cross sections that we're interested in. And you're going to find the water surface elevations for each of those, and we're going to put those values in the BFE interpolator tool. On the downstream, we have 6069.13, and on the upstream cross section, we have 6072.68. The last thing that we need to do is measure the distance from the upstream cross-section to a new interpolated cross-section. So we're going to go back to RAS Mapper, and we need to draw a profile line. So click on Profile Lines, then click the pencil icon. You're going to click the Add New Features, and you're going to draw a cross-section on the upstream side of the area of interest, and you're going to mimic the cross-section shapes from the upstream and downstream cross-sections. You don't have to start all the way on the left, you just need to draw this in the area of interest and across the streamline. You're going to click OK, and then you're going to use the Measure tool, and you're going to measure from the upstream cross-section to the new cross-section you just drew along the streamline. And you're going to want to record this length in the Utah BFE interpolator tool. This is the calculated BFE.